Yo, so guys, your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome back to Black Clover M. So this video might be a little long, but just a disclaimer: this video isn't exactly a guide, but more so how I cleared them. So this will just mainly gloss over the team compositions I used and like a few tips, I guess, and then that's about it. If you want me to go into more deeper detail in terms of how I cleared them, like going through gear and stuff, you let me know in the comments below. I'll be sure to do that. What I've currently already done is power 15 for Ice Cavern, power 15 for City District, and power 15 for Dungeon on my channel already. But without further ado, let me show you how I cleared all of them. And we'll still go over the dungeon powers as well, just for a formality. So first things first, I used this composition for dungeon power. Charmy, Soul, and Lotus, if you've raised them enough, they can 3-man. So if you want to raise someone on the side, you can do that for sure. And then for preset skills, if your Charmy has enough M attack, disable skill 2. If your Lotus doesn't have his skill page, turn skill 2 off, and then you're golden. If you don't have that much M attack on Charmy, turn this on for more heals, for more single target healing. Now part 15, Dungeon Technique. This is a team that I used, I somehow managed to clear it. Here's the combat power of the team. Now Mimosa and Soul is a little large, but having a tanky Mimosa does help a lot. And I know that she is season 1, so if you don't have Mimosa, in order to clear this content, I think you can make do without a heal up, maybe. I don't know. You can make do with a friend Mimosa, and then if you have Rades instead of Soul, that will help out a lot as well. And here are the preset skills. There you go, feel free to pause. Again, Marin's just spamming combination attack so that my Fuegolian can deal more damage. You can use any other attacker, right? Instead of Fuegolian, he's just my only choice. And yeah, if you don't have Mimosa, use one as a friend. And then, I guess from this point, you can also use instead Charmy, but she needs to be really tanky, right? Hopefully that was helpful. Now, Dungeon 15 Sense. Again, this one is using more Season 1 characters, but they're not necessary. Like for example, instead of Green Mimosa, you can definitely use Red Mimosa instead as your main healer. It's just that, it just saves me resources just using the same characters. And then Noelle helps out a lot here because I don't have a red tank. Now, if you don't have Noelle and then you don't have Asta, then you can use Finral, Red Mimosa, SR Asta, and then for your DPS you can probably use Magna instead, right? So something like this, or something like Magna, Red Asta, and then something like this. This would work. You just need to raise your team a lot, right? But you probably have Noelle, so you can just do this, right? And this would work. Now moving on to City District. So moving on past the gears, this is for gear enchantment. So this is very nice to have just to upgrade your gears to plus 12. As well as getting these for your initial enchantments. I think for higher rarity enchantments, you probably have to wait for like events and stuff and try and get lucky there. But in any case, City District power. Here's what I use. I get it's basically the same team as before. For technique, again, it's the same team as before, but this one is more reliant on Mimosa, so I'm not really too sure about this one. I think to make this run more consistent, or at least able to clear easier, if you have Rades, that will help out immensely instead of Soul, because Soul can potentially die as well. And Mimosa being really tanky does help out a lot. So if you do have her, try and build her very tanky, and then it should be nice. But yeah, other than that, it's basically the same team with the similar skill setup. But as you can see, I swapped Fuegolian and Valtos around. So here's the new preset skills for that. And then for City District Sense, again, it's exactly the same team as the red dungeon one with exactly the same preset skills, just to keep in mind. And that's pretty much it. Like, the sense was really easy, right, overall. But then again, my characters, right? So it's not really like easy, but I've also been raising my characters a lot, farming Red Dungeon 15 a lot. Now, last but not least, the Ice Cavern. So for power, same team as before, as you can see. Here's the skill setup. I have skill page on Lotus, so turn that off if you don't have it. And then for Charmy, turn this on if you're not healing enough, single target wise. And then part 15, Ice Cavern technique. This one's a bit awkward. So I struggled early, probably around, I was probably like here. I struggled from 11 onwards, and then what I did was over time, I find myself a friend Radez, right? I find myself a friend Radez, and need to turn on the power. Find myself a friend Radez, and then I just put him in. Right, I go by refresh until I get a Radez friend. Hopefully I can use an example up here. Again, one more time. There you go. For example, friend Radez, around 45k. 45k is a nice number, especially when you're trying to do the stage. And then you basically, and what I did is I manualed each stage. I can probably auto with this composition. Actually, I can auto. I can auto with this comp. But yeah, you know, and these are the preset skills, and you can't adjust assisting mages, so it kind of makes Radez a little weaker here. But this is definitely a comp that will make you win this stage. And then I just did this up to stage. I did this all the way up to stage 15, and then I'm just going to dispatch from now on because that was really difficult. And then last but not least, Ice Cavern Sense. Here's what I used. Again, it's basically the same team, except I used this. Except this is the team I use. It says I use Soul instead of. I think during this time. Yeah, no, I manualed it. I think. Yeah, during this time I manualed with this team. And I was mainly relying on Noelle the most here. Trying to make her as good as possible. I forgot to show my power, I guess. There you go. And yeah, I basically manualed this stage because it does take a while to clear. I'm not sure if I can auto with it just yet. If I were to auto, I would probably have to do something like this. I would probably raise Finral, or I would use Charlotte instead, right? Either between these two, and then I would use Red Mimosa again, and then my last character would be SR Asta, or the SSR version, if you haven't already, because they are both red defenders. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you want a more in-depth guide for the others. So if you do want that, I'll be making a video for this, for the city district as well, these two, and then last but not least, these two. But this was mainly just showing you the team comps as well as the preset skills, just to give you, you know, like an overall gist of how the team is going to work. But for the most part, I've autoed all of them except for Ice Cavern, Sense, and Technique. And I just relied on Dispatch from then on out. But in any case, it's been your boy Nitrostorm. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.